Welcome back to our channel. In this video I'll show you how to create this black and white invert effect/transition in Premiere Pro in just a few minutes. But before we start, my name is Dima from Studio Znak. I make useful editing tutorials and we also create tools and projects that help you make more unique content in less time. So if you don't want to miss more videos like this, make sure to subscribe. And now let's jump straight into the tutorial. So I'm already in Premiere Pro, I've cut the clip into different moments, so now let's turn them into some really cool transitions and effects. First, place one part of the video above and duplicate it, then move both clips to the left by about 3 frames, trim them where the previous clip ends. Now move the lower clip back down to the timeline and the top one will become our transition. Trim it the same way, but this time delete the right part, and now we have a small piece of video that we can quickly turn into our transition. Select this top clip, then choose the object mask tool, isolate your subject. As you can see, the bike gets selected separately, but that's totally fine. We'll just select the character as well, click, and now you can immediately see the selected area highlighted in red. You can add or remove parts if needed, but mine looks really cool. So now go to Effect Control, set feather to 5 and click this button to track the mask. This only takes a few seconds, then right click here and choose Change to Opacity Mask. And as you can see, everything works perfectly. Now it's time to add that black and white invert look. Go to Effects and look for Tint Effect, then look for Invert Effect and apply it to our isolated object. Now with Lumetri color in curves, you can fine-tune the final look even more. For example, you can add more black areas or reduce them depending on the result you want. For this tutorial, I'll just create a curve like this and look at how it already turns out. But honestly, I think it looks a little too boring right now for me, so we can duplicate the clip and remove the invert black and white effect from the middle one. I'll keep the normal clip in the center for 1 frame and leave the clips with the effect on both sides. This makes the transition feel much more dynamic and interesting, and this is how it looks. Let's move to the next moment. Here we'll just duplicate the clip above again and choose Object Mask tool. Then the exact same way isolate the character. Don't forget to set feather to 5, it makes the edges softer and cleaner. Then track it and convert the mask into opacity mask. But for this moment I want to use a different way to get that black and white invert effect. I'm talking about our black and white invert LUTs, and you can apply them literally in one click. In Lumetri color, under look, choose our custom invert black and white LUT. I'll use LUT number 4 for example, and if you're interested, I leave a link below this video on this project. Now I'll start switching the effect between frames to create a more dynamic look. First, the isolated object will have the invert effect. On the next frame, I'll remove the invert effect from the character and instead apply it to the bottom clip. I'll keep doing this for a few frames, around 5 frames total, and on the last frame just remove the black and white invert effect everywhere. This gives us a really fast and dynamic transition. Just keep combining and switching this effect between clips and you can get these bright little flashes, and I really like how it looks. Now let's move to the next part. Here I just want to experiment a little and see what else we can do with this effect. For this moment I want to build a small edit where the image changes every 3 or 5 frames. I've already duplicated 3 clips above, and now using the exact same method, just isolate the subject on the top layers. Don't forget to add feather to every isolated object. Once you are done masking and separating the subject from the background, we can start building the transition. I think we can also create a quick black and white invert effect. Here I'll add the effect the same way as before using our special LUTs, but this time I'll use number, for example, 6. Now we can go to Effect Controls and create our first keyframe for opacity. Then go to the end and lower it around 20% or even 0. For the second clip, I think we can just leave it fully black and white. And yeah, I know my timeline probably looks a little chaotic right now, but I just want to show you different ways to do this. And of course you can build it in your own way and keep everything cleaner. And for the third clip, we'll do exactly the same thing we did with the first one. I think this is going to look super cool, and I already know how I want to finish this a whole long transition. Now let's move to the last part of the clip. Here we are going to do almost the exact same thing we did at the very beginning. Play the clip above and duplicate it, then move both clips 3 frames to the left and trim them. Now we need to isolate the subject from the background. I'll select the character, the car, and another person as well. And it's really cool that you can isolate several different objects at the same time in Premiere Pro right now. Set feather to 5 and click this button to track everything. Then right click here and choose change to opacity mask. After that, go back to Lumetri color and choose black and white invert effect again. This time I'll use number 5, and now let's take a look at what we got. This is so sick. Honestly, I think it looks insanely cool and very stylish. If you're looking for high quality transitions, overlays, textures and LUTs, recently we made sign LUTs by the way, check out our website. I leave a link below this video. So this effect is really easy to make. You can do it in just a few minutes straight in Premiere Pro, and that's really crazy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts or some recommendations if you have in the comments, and see you in the next one. Peace.